Shalom. Call all you have Shin Yahusha. Shalom to the elect. I was at work and I seen some stuff pop up on my subscription thing. Well, all the different little videos should be subscribed at or whatever. I happened to see this one guy post some stuff on his channel. And it says commercial pilot shares a clear and close-up of UFO and UFOs, which you read the scriptures, the UFOs are actually the chariots of the Lord, the vehicles that the angels travel in. And you got people that'll be like, oh, it's demons in them ships and all that. No, it's demons down here in these people. But that's how the angels travel, though. They travel in them different vessels. We read the first chapter of Ezekiel. It mentioned how the ships look, how the angels look, the appearance. You read certain scriptures in like Book of Maccabees. I want to say also in Tobias, if I'm not mistaken, it gives some descriptions of how the angels look. They look young. They calmly. Which calmly just means basically like they look well. They look good. They got good looks, so to speak. And for the most part, they're actually dark skinned men. They're not. Let me type in this picture right here. You're not this little concept. These Edomites like to put out. See, they like to play games. It's blasphemy. The angels are clearly dark-skinned men. It talks about them looking like brass. When you look at brass, you know what color brass is. Or also mentioned in the book of Ezekiel, when it says they look like a fire burning. A coal burning in the fire. And you look at a coal burning in the fire, it's clearly dark with the fire around it, which would give a description of them and the energy emit from them, because they have that pure energy emitting from them. I ain't gonna show too much more of that. I'm just gonna go into this video and I'm gonna pull some scriptures.
It's from an alleged commercial Airbus pilot who works on Eva Air. This video was actually shot and uploaded on TikTok.
You can see the guy, he's showing showing the inside of his plane and stuff. So there ain't no trickery. Now, before this, it was a gag order on the pilots, and they weren't supposed to speak on themselves. Now, the chariot sightings, there's so many of them. Hey, they can't really hide it because people record them on their phones anyway, so they just like, fuck it, if the pilot's gonna talk about it, let them bring it up. It's in the book of Psalms, chapter 68, verse 17. It says, the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. So the reason why I mentioned that like that is just to let you know, like, hey, this what they traveling. When you travel in these ships, you see they come in different colors, different forms and shapes. Ain't no green little aliens and no gray men and all that shit that he saw push out through the media. They try to put in these movies like Independence Day and different little films like that. They try to make you think it's like some little reptile is gonna step out the ship with long ass fingers. That ain't what it is. It says the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of thousands, or even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai, in the holy place. So, if you know the story about Moses when he went to Mount Sinai, when it say that the Lord descended on the mountaintop in a thick cloud, that cloud is a parabolic word for that ship he was in. And it was also called a chariot, also known as a cloud. It's also mentioned in the book of Exodus. It says it was a pillar of fire, a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. So I'm gonna let this video play and it's gonna show you just a little glimpse of how some of them look. And if you ever get a chance to see these for yourself, all you have to do is just pay attention, put your phone down for a minute, and just look up sometimes, cause especially in these times now, because they be appearing everywhere, man. People be taking videos and getting footage of them sometimes. They might have their little cam set up out on their house outside or something, and they might capture some footage. But if you ever actually witness them for yourself, some of them you actually see the full ship. It might be brass, some look gold, some look metallic. Some just be like a pure ball of energy, a ball of light. Like you see in this right here, and you can't see the color too good because they flying, so it's like the best type of footage they can really get. And there's actually some good footage for them to catch this like this. But if you ever get a chance to see them for yourself personally, they almost look like a star or something pulsating sometimes. They'd be different colors. You might see some stuff popping off of it, also almost looking like plasma, lightning, or something like that. And they say that. Let me go to the book of Exodus real quick. Not Exodus, but book of Ezekiel. So the book of Ezekiel in chapter 1, verse 4 says, "And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it." So if you ever see these chariots and see how they look, if you get a chance to see them, if Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh ultimately want you to see them, but eventually the whole world gonna see them. Well, some people they not that fortunate to actually see them themselves right now in these approaching times. But if you do see them, this is exactly how they look. Some of them might look like a cloud. If you look at this right here, let me go back to this image. It almost look like a gray cloud almost, but you can see the energy around it is not no average. Let me go back to it. You can see how it's pulsating with a different energy on it.
A very compelling video. It's nice and clear. In my opinion, it's
And he slowed down a little bit and zoomed in some more.
drones many times on the channel before. It's unmanned, kind of like a highly advanced Mars rover in a sense. It's picking up data and doing surveillance. We have another UFO sighting now filmed.
This is another one they caught. Somebody was flying and caught it. And a lot of people catch this stuff, man. These pilots. Some people just flying on a regular trip, going in and out of town. Hold on, let me go back to this scripture real quick. It says, "And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures. And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, not no green alien, not no little reptilian, or no gray, or whatever other term they use. It says, and everyone had 4 faces. Everyone had 4 wings. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot, and they sparkled like the color of burnished brass." Now, let's go to the word burnished brass. And the reason why, because you have some people go, well, that's just how the feet look. No, if your feet a certain color, your other part of your body ain't gonna be no different color either. That's stupid. And people that be like that, they real simple, and they just hate the fact that the actual people the scriptures is mentioning is actually dark-skinned people, including the angels and the Lord and the Most High. So let's go into the word burnished brass. So when they appear, burnished brass, look at this. When they appear, this is how they're gonna be looking. This is the hue they're gonna be looking. With that glow on them. Even some of my people now, like if you get in the right light spectrum, you have this glow to you, almost look like brass. This is what Ezekiel was seeing. I remember I was watching the one video, the guy was like, "Oh, the brass, when you heat it up, it light up." I'm like, no, man, when brass is burning, shit, go another good example right here. That's, hey, let me see if I can get some good light. That's about my skin tone right there. But, you know, these Edomites, they like to play games. And deny what's right in front of them. Because this whole time they've been taught they were superior. Well, really, we the ones that are superior, and they know that. But they just got that pride in them. It's like somebody just say you go watch a fight, and the one fighter, he losing, getting his ass knocked the fuck out. And they know he can't do nothing, but he's got that pride in him. He's gonna get up and keep acting like he can fight until the ref got to call the fight. That's the mentality of these Edomites. No, you read on some, I'm gonna jump down and go to the one point. And this part right here, I like this because it gives the description of how they move and why these Edomites, the elites, the people that's in power, they try to recreate these vehicles. They can't do the same thing because these vehicles move off spiritual energy. They don't move off the laws of physics that we abide by down here on the planet. Now it says in verse 12, it's still in chapter 1, the book of Ezekiel says, and they went everyone straight forward, straight forward, whither the spirit was to go. They went, and they turned not when they went. That's why it's a video that was out. You had these pilots that was talking about how they was trying to get the ship in this crosshairs, and they couldn't get the ship in this crosshairs video. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'm gonna just pause it because I just thought about it. I forgot these little channels be having their little shit on here. I'm just get to the clip. It shouldn't be nothing on this one, but I'm gonna make sure it's ABC News. I know History Channel and that stuff like that. I ain't gonna click on that shit because they gonna struck my channel and then I won't be able to upload nothing for like a week or two.
Pilots coming forward over the weekend saying they've had multiple mid-air encounters with high-flying, fast-moving objects. This is Gio Benitez is at the Hudson River right here in New York with more. Gio, the Navy is now investigating.
All right, let me go to this. No, they was trying to get it in the crosshair because Esau being a damn devil, they want to shoot it down. That's what they was trying to do, so they could shoot it down and experiment and try to reverse engineer it. But hey, like the scripture say right here, it says, and they went, everyone straight forward, whether the spirit was to go. They went and they turned not when they went. And when you look at these ships, man, they don't move like a jet or a private airplane or whatever, a helicopter. They move completely different. Now back to how the angels look once again. Said, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire. So I'm gonna pull that image up again, even though I pulled it up before in previous videos, but some people may not have seen it. Look at burning coals. That don't look white to me. Now I won't say burn up and turn to ash. Now you have some people out here, well, when they get done burning, they just turn into gray ash or white. No, it says clearly. It says, as for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And that's because that pure spiritual energy they got on. And for angels to even manifest down here, they have to lower their frequency because they can't come in a full, full manifestation down here because power be going out, all type of shit. You see a burning coal, it's dark with the flame going on the outside of it, man. So it's clear and evident when you read the book of Ezekiel exactly how they look. Now, we'll read on some more. It says, it goes into the 15th verse about the wheels. And the wheels is talking about these chariots. And the word chariot is, you had the ancient chariots that they rode on with the horse and all that stuff. Then you had these spiritual chariots that the angels flying. That's why I mentioned some wheels, because, back then in these times, they weren't saying, oh, a UFO or a UAP or whatever other term they done came up with. In verse 15 it says, now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures, with its 4 faces. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of beryl. And they four had the one likeness of their appearance, and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. And that's how them chariots look. Now let me go to the color beryl, because me personally, I've seen ships with this exact color. And call all your house by Shin Shah for that, because that was a faith booster for me, because that's part of what led me into reading the scriptures even more. I'm like, okay, why I get to see this type of stuff? Well, I'm seeing this for. It's a reason. It got to be a reason for everything, and I knew it was a reason for that. Now you look at a barrel. It's a greenish color, but you got other barrel stones too, like yellow. They almost look goldish. But the color I seen on this one ship that I seen, it was a brass, almost gold looking ship. With the color, then the lights were the color of beryl on it, with the green hue. They didn't make no sound. Big as a football field. And move like the scripture say, like lightning. That's how quick it moved. Yeah, it was people that with me too. I wasn't the only one to witness it, but they're not here with me right now. So hey, you believe what you want to believe, but I know exactly what I seen. And I know the scripture right here in the book of Ezekiel. And he definitely seen this too. Now I'm gonna read on some more. It says when they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. So you gotta imagine how these ships moving, man. You guys just visualize it. When you see cars with the rims and stuff on them. Better yet, for example, almost like you see the spree wheel rims, the little spinning wheels. When they ride and they look like they just sliding, but they moving, but they look like they ain't moving. Just for just for edification's sake. Let me pull one up. Let me see if I can find an actual one where it got some, because I've seen them, especially down in Florida. A lot of people ride cars like this in Florida. And that's how and that's another characteristic about people, man. We like gold, we like different stones. We like the traveling style. Hey, the angels, they traveling style, man. They come on them ships with all the different lights on them. And I'm gonna read on some more, man. When you look at these rims, now I'm sure when you ride off, let's say they're gonna show them riding off. They look like they don't even be moving. And it's just gliding, like it ain't even moving. Now, I'm gonna just let this play a little bit more, then I'm gonna go back to the book of Ezekiel. It says, when they went, it's in verse 17, it says, when they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. As for the rings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and their rings were full of eyes round about, which, they call the lights and stuff, even still to this day. The lights on the cars, bubble eye lights and stuff like that. The angel head lights and stuff like that. So they was basically breaking this down back there, how they look. It says their rings were full of eyes round about them four, which is talking about the lights. So when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them, and when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. And once again, whatsoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go, and the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels. And those went, and these went. And when those stood, these stood. And when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against him, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. So these astrophysicists and all that, they'd never be able to recreate nothing like that because they can't control the spirit. That's heavenly. That ain't nothing that's gonna be able to be duplicated or nothing like that. So that's why when people see these videos and these clips like this,
I will just quickly read the description that came with the video. 30,000
they be in awe.
flying to relax. Notice the bright lights out the window. I did a second shot because at first I thought it could be a reflection. I used my iPhone 10 to record it and realised almost immediately that it was in fact a real object or objects. The lights went out in the clouds, changed elevation and location from my particular point of view. I'm guessing it happens in Nevada based on time. If you look closely, a blink of white light appears randomly in front and behind the object. This object, when seen by the human eyes, was white and bright. Lost sight of him after 5 or 6 minutes when he slowly went behind the wing. In a commercial airliner, they say. Let's have a look.
And sometimes it's hard to even look up at the sky anyway. I just want to see this because damn chemtrails, man, they be spraying that shit every fucking well, so you can't even really see too much. But on certain clear days, man, hey, a lot of stuff be way more visible than you realize. I'm not gonna let this play too much more. I'm just read a few more scriptures and end this off. It's in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 31. And that's how the elect getting out of here. Ain't nobody going in no damn bunkers and none of that other stuff. Going up in no mountains and hiding out. This the way people gonna escape what's about to happen. It's meant to escape it. It's in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 31. It says, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. And like I read in the other scripture, it says, it talks about the chariots of the Lord and the angels being amongst them. In the book of Ezekiel, it talks about how they fly with them. So the thing people fear the most is dark-skinned men with power. And they're going to see these angels and they're going to bug out. That's how that scripture says, man's heart failing for fear of things coming upon the earth. Hey, man, when people see that, they're going to be bugging out. They're going to bug out, they're going to black out, stroke out, whatever. But it's going to happen, though. Especially once they see who they picking up. They see these ships picking up dark-skinned men, people that you see in the ghettos or certain parts of different cities or whatever, that you probably looked down on. You probably thought they was a nobody. Hey, but Yahweh Hashem Yahushua said the complete opposite. They are somebody. They're going to be part of the elect, the ones that's meant to be gathered. Now, that's another scripture I want to go to. Hold on, give me 1 minute. I just seen this pop up online. I was just scrolling and stuff. It's about a meteor just went over LA. They got these people, they posting little silly little shit or whatever, but they're not really considering like why stuff like this is happening right now. They looking at it. You got people posting stuff about some, oh, it's Kobe and his daughter playing ball in heaven, and the meteor, the end of the world meteor, and just little silly shit, man. Being dismayed, like the scripture said. Right here in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2, it says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at it. And that's, hey, our people they tied into the heathen too. That's why our people was also called Gentiles, because they was in a heathen state of mind. Because you actually had actual heathens that were actual Gentiles, then you had people that was acting like them, but they weren't actually them. Because that word is double meaning, because people still stuck on that word. It's like you're telling them to go build a rocket or something. It's a double meaning word. You know. So I just want to bring this stuff out. I just seen this online. I'm like, hey, this is some good information, man, because I'm seeing this stuff right here, then people catching footage of the chariots like that, and it's just gonna be more sights, man. It's gonna be more upticks. You got them angels. They're gonna be jumping on these rulers, these politicians, these different people in power, and put these thoughts in their mind and make them do what they do, man. So, Lord's witness, edifying, call all you have, Shalom to the elect.